Okay, who we got here? I've got Nigel again. I'm gonna play quickly, which I is a little bit nutty, isn't it? Oh, he's playing quickly too. Look, we're gonna play the St George's attack. Yay, we're having a theme day. Attack the pawn on e5. It's free! I like that pawn. I can have that pawn. That's mine. Now I play with the extra pawn. And I try to win with the extra pawn. Let's see if I get away with that. Okay. So now we calm down. Good move. We see a lot of this, don't we, in this line? Do we take? Do we take? Do we push? Do we push? We push. We push. All of a sudden, we're going to become very boring. We're going to play safe. We are going to play pawn d5. There's no check. We are going to put the knight on c3. Yeah, fine. We're going to develop. Black's going to take. Is he? Who knows? It's a matter of opinion, really, isn't it? I'm going to play e3. Why don't I do my moves instead of Black's move? I'm going to play e3. I'm going to play bishop d3. Yeah, all right. Well, let's just, instead of trying to be really clever, let's just swap things off. And, oh, this is, no, there's none of that. Let's just see if we can keep solid, swap things off, and win the extra with the extra pawn. I think that's probably the way of things. Okay, so I'm in 4th place here, but Nigel has been gracious enough, and I really appreciate this, to berserk against me, because otherwise he'd have beaten me. Because when I berserk and he doesn't, it's just awful. For those that don't know, berserking means you get half the time, but you get more points. And I think Nigel very sportingly wants us to have the same time, which I fully approve of. Do I take the bishop here? Oh, I've got into a mess here. I take his bishop, he takes my knight, I take his rook. So we're good with that. So I am good with this. He takes my knight, I take his rook. I like rooks. I'm sure he does too. So he will take back with the queen. I will put the knight on e5. He will attack with the pawn, perhaps, if he wants to push. But I then attack his queen. His queen then doesn't really have a good square. So, in fact, you wonder if there are any tactics around this, don't you? These knights. So white's just a pawn up here. So, you know, that's not, well, it's an advantage, but it's not like a piece up. The good news is that I'm quite minded to attack the queen here, but you know, I'm not going to. I'm just going to play it safe and just get pieces off, get things off. Castle. Now, I need this square for my knight desperately. This square, this is my saviour, this square, and he will know it because he's a good chess player. But he can't push the pawn. It just give me another pawn. So he can't stop me getting there, I don't think. And that's going to be a source of some annoyance to Nigel. I'm sorry to say. So I place a knight here, and then after that, just swap the major pieces off on this open file, and should be good. Should be a nice game. He'll know I'm coming here. I mean, who wouldn't come here? You know, as it happens, it gains a tempo on the queen, but that's not the point. The point is that knight is forever. And if I can plonk my pawns on dark squares, then I can have fun. Because the knight, everything becomes invulnerable. I mean, you've got to get the major pieces off first, but everything becomes invulnerable. Okay. Let's not think. Let's just do. Okay. Could it be possible that Black wants to put a bishop there and checkmate me. It could be possible, and for that reason, my king's going away. To stop the pin, so the pawn's not pinned. Can I do something despicable here? Well, I'm going to put my rook on the open file. We're going to swap. Okay, now I'm looking for forks, and he is looking to... Okay, I'm going to victimize that pawn. If the pawn moves, so I can take the pawn off, and Nigel is going all in for attack. And that scares me. Okay, but still, I feel the need to take that pawn off. What does this all in for attack look like? Does it worry me really? Is it just that he's low on time and that's the only way really this game can be saved? Because he's good enough to know that the positional advantage is great. Well, you know what? I'm not going to take that pawn because instead of doing that, what's the idea? Instead of taking that pawn, I'm going to double. What's the idea? What's the idea? Oh, I know the idea. It's to put the rook behind the queen. Honestly, this is all really stressful. What about if I push? Pawn takes. Yeah, I'm going to push. Push. Create some space. We love it. Push. The point is, this opens up the defence here. You might take with the pawn. And he's welcome to it. Yeah. So now, got to be really careful because this... If this bishop can get out of the way, the knight is pinned against the queen. So if the queen takes, pawn can't take back. He hasn't chosen to do that, though, which is a relief. Attacking there, right? I'm not worried too much about this. I think we just keep the knight there. This. Just keep it solid, Captain Mannering. I mean, the thing is, queen here, then I'm going to play g3. And that's pretty solid. And Nigel's running a bit out of time, but I have to be quick as well. I'm a bit better on time, but not a lot. Bishop back. I don't know. What if that pin's a bit silly, isn't it? That pin's a bit extravagant. I mean, what about this? What's that? I don't know. Queen there. Oh, I see. You're good, buddy. You're good. You're a better man than I. Now what? I suppose what we'd like to do is to re-centralise this knight, really. I think this is just moving. I think this is just generally trying to cause confusion. I think what we're going to do is we're going to re-centralise the knight to a place where it can do more good. We're aware this rook is loose. We don't like that. We're going to play this. We're going to be happy we played the St. George's attack, which we think is very amusing. Oh no, it's a sacrifice. Is it bad? So the point is, I ain't taking that, buddy. I'm doing this instead. Sharp as a knife, right? Next, knight here. Yeah, I know. Knight here. Nice central knight. Stopping any tricks. Attacking my... Okay, so do I have something clever here? Like a... So he's going to take a pawn off in the remaining 25 seconds. Attacking my rook, eh? Oh, you're such a scamp, honestly. Maybe I got that wrong. Okay, I'm giving him this. Why? I don't quite know. Okay, so now I suppose he'll try to race pawns through. And maybe now it's me attacking. So, this, got 10 seconds left. 10 seconds is so short. This is hard. Okay, I'll have that, thank you, sir. Oh, it's just a time win, isn't it? Oh, a really good game. Really intense, right? Okay, this, Thank you. Great game, Nigel. I really appreciate that.